Asian Jill. Let's talk Sunday. Gotta have those conversations, yeah. Come on, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Sharice Johnson Moore here. Hello, how are y'all doing? Hello, hello, hello. And welcome to Let's Talk Sunday. I created this show for the sole purpose of uh just having just to talk about some things, talk about things that we need to really deep dive into. And today's topic for Let's Talk Sunday is taking care of your mental health. Okay, taking care of your mental health. Now, I know I kind of, some people might say I talk about this subject a lot, which because it's very important to me because I've had to realize within myself that I had to seek a therapist. Okay, I had to seek a therapist, and I still see my therapist, and things are. I can talk to my therapist about anything that I have to want to talk about, right? Because that's what they're there for. They're there for to take the edge off of your stressfulness or your anxiety or your uh some some things we do not know what's wrong with us, and we're wondering why we are depressed, why we are staying in the bed, why we don't want to eat, why we sleep all the time. It's a lot of things that we don't know what's going on with us mentally, but we notice that we do certain things a lot. Okay, some of the things that could cause us to go into a state of mind where we feel unbalanced, um, unproductive, un just kind of thrown out of whack, like we normally like get up in the morning. Say my I tell you my normal routine would be okay, get up in the morning, do my word and worship, and or when I had a job, I get up, go to work, things like that, right? Okay, nothing be everything be fine, everything be fine, everything was fine, and I kind of, you know, how could I say it? Stressing out over bills. That's one factor that could send your mind into a bad mental health state. Stressing over bills, stressing how we're gonna find a job, stressing over certain people in our lives, stressing out over our children, stressing out over our businesses. Some of these things can give us a hello, how are you doing, Emma? Emmy, how you doing? And sometimes our lives become tangled, and sometimes our train of thought can send us into a wave of feeling overwhelmed or anxious, or we feel like we had to do projects. We have to do projects that are they got to be done right now. Like when I was younger, give y'all this example. When I was younger, get up, do chores, everything be fine, get clothes out the way, things like that. Clean up behind your children, or clean up, or your children, you have to take them to school, and do certain activities during the course of the day that would be productive. And sometimes it's the little things that send us into a state of unhealthy mental health. Okay, when we're feeling overwhelmed, like sometimes you got realize you got dishes in the sink, you got laundry to do, and you got to clean the house, right? And in that state of mind, you're thinking, okay, I got all this stuff to do, I got all this stuff to do, I got all this stuff to do, right? And when sometimes our thoughts can overwhelm us and think that have us thinking we got to have all this stuff done right now. We gotta have stuff done right. And then we gotta get to wash clothes. We gotta do dishes. We got to cook food. We gotta clean the house. We gotta okay. Then we gotta go to church. And then we gotta go to this function. We gotta go do this and gotta do this. And sometimes those things can overwhelm us and have us, and have us. Sometimes they can send us in an overwhelmed state that we shut down, and we don't know why we shutting down because we feeling overwhelmed. Overwhelmed when you have to raise a child. Maybe the child is a baby, or the child is a toddler, or and you're feeling like all your as a woman. Sometimes our attention is always to the child. The child needs attention, and then that keeps you from that keeps you from maybe washing dishes, or maybe keep you from doing the laundry, or and now these days it's like some of the kids, they don't go to school, they got homeschooling at home, and you have to monitor that, and you have to, and you're trying to have a life of your own. And sometimes, a life of your own means you got your own grown people activities to do, along with that used to be, I mean, sometimes you can be overwhelmed like that, but now it's like it's just kind of like straight up like, look, I'm losing my marbles. My marbles is all over the floor. Because when you're trying to do so many activities, I'm trying to do so many activities, and you can't get all those activities done in a day, it can wear you out mentally. And you have to make income, and you have to cook dinner, and you have to keep, it's like you have these things that's coming at you, they're coming at you, and they're responsibilities that we have to do. And you know um and sometimes they can stress us out tremendously. They can stress us out to the point where we just shut down. And sometimes we can shut down so much that we don't do anything. And some activities, think of it like this: when you're feeling like you're overwhelmed, take time out. Take a time out. Take a time out for your for just to do nothing. Some people say, um, you know, some people say that doing nothing is not good for you, but being overwhelmed and having to do uh, everything, and it boils down to, okay, I got to get my car fixed, I got to get tires on my car, I got to pay this rent, I got to pay the light bill, I got to pay light, water, gas, sewage, and all that, right? And then you go into this, and then I got chores to do at home. I got to wash dishes, cook dinner, make sure laundry done, sometimes, and then don't even start me with, oh, you got a business. Don't even start me with you got a business. Cause over here, I got a desk sitting over here. I got a really fold out table. It's a desk, okay? It's a table sitting over here with a bunch of paper sitting on it that I haven't even touched. Because I'm running my business, I'm doing house stuff, I'm trying to, keep everything afloat, sell my books, and do the programming and things on Sunday, and do a podcast, and do dishes, and cook, and clean, and wash the clothes. And it's like, help me, somebody, help me. And sometimes those things that we can't get to, that's why we need to ask for help. And me being the independent woman that I am, sometimes I don't like to ask for help. because I don't, you know, you're doing everything. You're doing this and doing, and then I got a table full of stuff sitting on this table, right? It's papers. I got to do my act. That ain't including if I have to turn around and do my bookkeeping. I don't have a team. Okay, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't have no team. I don't have no intern. I don't have an assistant. Right? I just make a schedule of everything. I had to learn how to put myself on a schedule and learn how to put myself on a schedule where I was trying to do all this stuff. Hello, how you doing? How you doing, Charles? I was trying to do all this stuff, and it was wearing me out mentally because I used to be this person where I could do all those things in one day and wouldn't nothing bother me. And then the older I got, it seemed like the slower I got, it's like, it's like not snail pace, but sometimes we have to turn around and and say this. Sometimes we have to tell people no, no. We have to tell people no. We have to tell people no, and because we as women are not super women. We are women that are living in a day to day life and it has day to day activities. And we have to learn how to, the more stuff we do, the more stressed out we get. Okay, the more stuff we try to do, the more stressed out we get. And we have to learn to put ourselves on a schedule. A schedule. Okay. And what I have learned with that is that it helps me tremendously put myself on a schedule because you do not want to overexert yourself to the point where your body just says, no, I'm not working today. I've been there as well. And I promised myself I was not going to get to that point ever again. That I got so overwhelmed. I'm trying to make the money. I'm working. I'm doing it. I'm doing all these things. And then my body say, no, I don't think so. And you sleep for 2, 3 days because I've had that happen to me before. And ain't nothing wrong with off days. Let me tell you, child, ain't nothing wrong with an off day. Say no. Turn the phone off. Don't answer the phone. If you have a team, have somebody else answer the calls. If you have someone that is close to you, niece, nephew, somebody, ask them, can you come over and do the laundry for me? Can you come over and clean my bathroom for me? Can you come over? I need help because I can't do everything. Because when we try to do everything, it raises our blood pressure. You think it's mental health. No. When you stress yourself out, it breaks you down mentally and physically. Okay? And you have to take out the time to say no. You have to take out that time to say no. Okay, I have Miss Sean says, we try to fit these superwoman roles because of other people's expectations, like mom and auntie, etc. Yes, we try to do that, but they were a different type of breed. They were different. My grandmama was a one of a kind where she could get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, have your clothes ironed, washed, pressed, everything before you even got out of bed for your time to go to school. Okay. And she'd be cleaning the house all night. She would be she dust the furniture. I mean, it seemed like they were a different breed because they turned around and knew how much they could endure. But when my grandmother got older, I noticed that she slowed down a lot. And when she was in her 50s, she was, oh, I don't care, I'm going, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm waxing floors, I'm cleaning, I'm moving furniture around and things like that. And yeah, Gail, yes, yes, she says, Sean says, but they were breaking themselves down. Yes, they were, with trying to do too many things at one time, and they overextended themselves, and it kind of got to the point where, all right, my grandmother was the type of woman where she didn't she wanted things done a certain way. Okay, she wanted things done a certain way, and she would, in a way, she would show you, but in a way, she would take over the task. And it, it kind of it didn't it kind of made me to the point to be lazy, right? It kind of, where, oh well, she wanted done this way. I don't want to do it. That's all right, because I don't want to be talked about. Okay. But my thing was, I learned in life that was just her. That was her. And in life, being stressed out about things has a mental, it breaks us down mentally. It breaks us down mentally. And sometimes we have to tell people no. You have to say no, or no, you need to do this, or let me show you how to wash these clothes. I've done my children like that. Look, don't, no, where they just want to throw everything in the wash machine, colors, lights, darks, and then, all right, I've washed clothes, and then they wonder why their clothes looking crazy. So, something, that's why it's good to teach our children how to be responsible when it comes to cooking and cleaning. Because I saw a video the other day. I saw a video yesterday, and it was like I don't know if the girl was Chinese or Asian. She was Asian descent, right? And little girl was 6 years old, right? I seen this video on Instagram. And she, little girl, 6 years old, she come home from school, and she cooks dinner for her mama and daddy at 6 years old. And she washed clothes. And it's like the little, and when they came home, they had a whole dinner prepared for them. And I was like, ooh, I wish I had somebody cook for me, right? Right. And I was like, yes. And the thing is we have to learn how to take all this responsibility off of ourselves, so we don't be mentally drained like that, so we don't be mentally exhausted, and say, look, I need you to wash these clothes, I need you to uh to wash these dishes, I need to sit down and teach you how to cook this meal, because I can't do it all. And sometimes that's us in our back of our minds, where we're thinking we can do everything. And really, we like, okay, hold up. Let me get my daughter to do this. So let my son do this. So let my other son do this. We have to learn how to give the responsibility to someone else that is behind us, and the next generation behind us, because um we're gonna burn ourselves out. We're gonna burn ourselves out, and that's not good for us to burn ourselves out. So this is what some things I suggest that we do as women, that we learn how to say no. We learn how to take a time out. Take time out, time out, time out, time out, hold up, time out, time out, time out. Because when you take time out, and you turn off your phones and you turn off the TV and you do nothing maybe for about an hour or two, that helps out a lot. Even taking naps during the day helps. It helps your mental. It helps you, like, you don't have to think about, you give your brain a break from overthinking and over being overwhelmed and overtasked, and it frees your mind for the moment where, look, I need a rest, I need a break. And if you need to see a therapist, please go see one. Please. Please, 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 please. Because I go see mine. I go see a therapist. Yes, I go see a therapist. I am not ashamed to say that, because 2 years ago I had a nervous breakdown because I was trying to do this and I was trying to go to work, and and it was just some things that overwhelmed me, and I was thinking about stuff I hadn't paid on in a minute, and things started getting behind, and I was like stressing over it, and it started I started having headaches. I started having dizzy spells. I would have these migraine headaches out of nowhere. They would come, and I was like, "What's going on with me?" And I went to the doctor. The doctor said, "Your blood pressure is too high." I had that problem when I was younger, but I thought it went away. But if you're, I was exercising. How I solved that when I was younger, I exercised. I went for walks. I went to do different activities. I started doing activities in church. Start going to church on a regular basis and things like that. And now that COVID is kind of lightened up, I think I'm gonna get back into it, because now I'm starting to get the headaches again. Now I'm starting to feel dizziness again. And if you need some for your anxiety or your depression, because sometimes I'll get into a mode where I'm thinking about so much stuff, it'll stop me dead in my tracks, and I'll be like, no, I gotta take a time out. And then sometimes I'll stay in the bed like 2, 3 days, and I'll be like, look, I can't do nothing today. I just don't, and it's just I don't feel like doing anything. And there's nothing wrong with feeling like that. And schedule your events in a time and a manner where they do not overwhelm you or overtake you. Every first week, or every Saturday, first Saturday in the month, I take and do my books, my bookkeeping. I got QuickBooks for my business. I take that whole Saturday and I do the previous month. I always do the previous month before, because it's better for me that way. I schedule it that way, where I have no interruptions. No, I'll finish this later. I sit and do it in one sitting. Schedule your meetings. When you schedule your meetings, ladies, schedule them not on top of each other. Do not overschedule yourself. If you got an activity you got to go to that day, okay, let that be the only activity that you do, and maybe work, and or work on something that can, that activity you go do, you come home, you get some rest, and you might work on some other project, maybe one project that you have. Take your time with what you do, because and put yourself on a schedule. Okay. Now, if you got to go see a therapist for anxiety medicine, do that. If you got to go to doctor, see a doctor about depression, go do that. I recommend anybody to go see a therapist or psychologist. Go see them, and don't let the stigma of black people don't go see therapists. We don't need to talk to nobody about nothing. Excuse me, have you seen the state of the world today? Because every time I get on this, and this is another thing. There's another thing. Stay off of social media scrolling. If you got to get on social media for business. And I time myself. If I get on social media, I time myself. I don't stay up there 2, 3, 4 hours. I can't do that no more because that's draining. That's another draining activity. When you jumping from Facebook, you jumping from Instagram, jumping to Twitter, you jumping to TikTok, you're jumping to this, and it's like that can be that social media scrolling can do a doozy to you too because a lot of stuff sometimes I just don't want to see. Okay, and I have to go past it. Sometimes if I see it come on my timeline, I have to just go past it because it's disturbing. Some of the stuff they put on social media is disturbing. So I don't want it to rest my. I don't want it to in my spirit, right? I don't want that sitting settling in my spirit. Okay, some things you can do to counteract the act to counteract your anxiety or depression or feeling overwhelmed. Take a break. Take an hour break. You might be in the middle of doing something, okay? And if you're feeling like it's overwhelming you, turn on some gospel music, listen to some good preaching, whoever your favorite preacher is, get some word in you for a minute, get some word into you for a minute, or some good gospel music, or read the word, read your Bible, read the word. What else you could do? Sit and stop and take a hot bath for a minute. Ain't no wrong with that. Take a day off. Go to the spa. Go get your nails. Go get your feet done. Go relax because all that doing, and not taking a break is really bad on your mental health. When you're going and 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 you gotta go in and you go and you're going and you gotta make sure the bills paid. You gotta make sure the kids fed. You gotta make sure the house is clean. You gotta make that stuff. If you do it long enough, it will have a not a good effect on your mental health. So take time outs, listen to some good gospel music, listen to the word, a good sermon, listen to something, do something positive, even like take a minute and say, okay kids, come on, let's go. We going to the park, we going somewhere, we getting out, we just going to drive around, just get out the house for a minute. Because sometimes you got to change it up, change up your activity of what you do. Because sometimes you can even have, well, sometimes we might have grief hit us or passing of a loved one, and we're doing and the loved one, and that kind of hits you in your gut, when especially when it's somebody that you want to take a break because grief and work do not mix. Sometime it do and sometime it doesn't, because you're trying to fight the feelings of crying, and that crying is good. Crying is a good experience. And just don't let it sit in your spirit for too long, because it can cause your spirit to be on a low, on a where it's down and it's not up, and it's like, okay, well, all right, and it's this downward spiral. But we don't want to go downward spiral. We want to lift our spirits up, and sometimes that means telling people no, listen to some good gospel music, read the word, and hey, take a break sometime. Take a break, massage, pedicure, manicure, something, because we have to keep our minds focused. We got to keep our minds steady, and we have to love ourselves enough to know that this is not me. This is something I don't want to fall into, of depression, anxiety, and even we don't realize that 1 minute we up, 1 minute we down. That's bipolar. Okay. My son was diagnosed with that. bipolar schizophrenia. So I know how sometimes grief can send us into a whirlwind of emotions. And that's why it's good to sometimes take a break. And we are not like our grandmothers, our great aunties and things like that, because they had that fortitude spirit. I'm gonna get this done. I'm gonna get this done. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. But they never learn how to take a break. My grandmother, she whenever she left the house, we were going to see relatives, jail. But she never took herself a vacation. I ain't never see her go on vacation. I ain't never see her just go get a room. I don't care. You just go get a room. Just go get a room. Get you a hot tub, room with a hot tub. You just and maybe take some books. Turn off the phone. If you got somebody that can take care of the kids, all right, let them take care of the kids. Okay. If you have a husband, say, husband, I need you to watch kids for a minute. I need you to watch kids because I need a break. Do not be afraid to ask for help. Do not be afraid to ask for help. We are not superwomen. All right, ladies. Okay. I love y'all. And I thank you for coming in to Let's Talk Sunday. And I will see you back here at 3 o'clock. Yeah. Okay. Sean says, right. Vacations are a foreign language to some people. Yes, they are. But I know, child, look, I didn't go on no vacation last year. I went, it wasn't really vacation. I went to go see my grandbaby, my new grandbaby in November. So, and my thing is that was not a that was something that was family orientated. I loved it. I enjoyed it. And but go somewhere when you ain't got to do nothing. Turn off the phone. Somebody else can take care of your business. Somebody else can do something else for you. If you got a team, use the team. Okay. If you don't, hey, don't stress yourself about it. Take a vacation, enjoy yourself, and learn how to say no. Okay? Because no is a good word. No, don't think a no is a bad. No is a good word because it will save you. It will save you the stress in the end. Okay. I love y'all. I see y'all later at 3 o'clock. I love you. Bye, babies.